Alright, Shalom. First and foremost, I want to start off by giving all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Ruchapadash. Double honors unto the apostles and the elders of the great millstone taught us truth. Shalom also to the Akim pushing his word in sincerity and in truth, and to the speckled bird across the four corners of the world, and to the few sisters who are listening to you. I say Shalom. Lord willing, this will be an edifying lesson on the brother Kadashi from the GMS Chicago camp. Basically what I wanted to get into with this lesson, the title of this lesson, I have it written down right here, is the Lord is not coming for the nonchalant. And what I mean by that is that the Lord isn't going to come for ultimately, brothers that are being indifferent about the mission that we have at hand. See, we've stepped into other men's labors, and because we stepped into other men's labors, there's things that we're obligated to do in this truth, man. And we should want to do those things, man. You see? The Lord is not gonna come for somebody that's being nonchalant, man. Because I've been noticing a spirit amongst younger brothers that they're just laid back, they're cool as a cucumber. They're cool with doing this X, Y, and Z. But when it comes to doing certain duties that comes with their rank, right? Which however, whatever you do in your camp amongst whatever region. But right here in Chicago, we have ranks. And within that rank, there's duties that you have to fulfill, man. Because it keeps you in line. It helps you grow. And ultimately, it keeps you busy, man. The scriptures say that idleness teacheth much evil, man. See, when you're being idle, when you're cool as a cucumber, when you're just nonchalant, you're just laid back, you're being indifferent, like you don't give a fuck about anything, man. Soon enough, that's going to trickle down into you falling out, man. And you got to work out. The first scripture I want to get, matter of fact, it's Philippians 2:12. It says, "Wherefore, my beloved, as ye have always obeyed, not as in my presence only, but now much more in my absence." See, we do not only have to obey these words in the presence of elders and in the presence of brothers and whatever brother you look up to, man. Which, that's another thing, man. You got to stop. There's one thing to reverence, to fear the Lord and reverence his priests. And there's another thing to have a respect of persons and listen to what one brother is saying and not listen to what another older brother is saying, man. That's going the fuck off, man. You have to obey not only in the presence of brothers, but in the absence of brothers as well, man. You have to obey through and through, man. Not just because you're around the elders. Oh, now I'm gonna go and do all these things, man. Nah, you have to do these things because you want to do them, man. When you're in the absence of brothers, what are you doing when you're all by yourself, man? Are you working out your salvation with fear and trembling? Or are you jerking off all day, man? Are you playing video games all day, man? Are you just sitting on the fucking couch all day or on the bed all day, man? Just thinking about all the bad things that are going to happen. Nah, man, you have to work out. It says, let's keep reading. It says, work out your own salvation with fear and trembling. So, you have to be working out your salvation with fear and trembling, man. When you go into that word for trembling in the Greek, it's the Greek word tromos, which that means, matter of fact, let's look it up before we butcher it, man. Got the computer right here. So let's look it up because we got time today. We're going to sit here and we're going to make this lesson until we thoroughly finish this lesson, man. All right? Because, man, we got time today. So let's get it right here. This is Philippians 2:12. Let's get it in the Greek. Let's see. Let's see. This is the Greek word tromos. And the definition is a trembling or quaking with fear and trembling used to describe the anxiety of one who distrusts his ability completely to meet all requirements, but religiously does his utmost to fulfill his duty. So that's somebody that's working out their salvation with fear and trembling, man. Ultimately, somebody that they know what? That their works are, that their righteousness is as filthy rags, but they're diligently doing their utmost to fulfill their duty, man. They're diligently trying to do everything that's required of them, man. They're not just sitting back being nonchalant. Matter of fact, let's look up the word nonchalant, man. Because, hey, a lot of brothers are in that nonchalant spirit, and we're gonna see what the Lord is gonna do to people, to brothers that are moving like that, man. The Lord is not dealing with that spirit, man. You gotta be on fire for this truth. You gotta have that. You gotta ultimately have that tromos in you, man. It says to describe the anxiety of one who distrusts his ability, man. When you're anxious about something, when you have anxiety on you, man, it's almost like it pushes you to the edge to do certain things, man. It keeps you on edge. You're on your toes, man. But when you're being nonchalant, this is what somebody that's nonchalant is. It says, of a person or manner, it says, feeling or appearing casually calm and relaxed, not displaying anxiety, interest, or enthusiasm. It says, cool, calm, and collected, unconcerned, cool as a cucumber. See, a lot of you brothers are in that cool as a cucumber spirit, man. Unconcerned. You're being nonchalant. You're not displaying no type of anxiety, no type of interest, and no type of enthusiasm for the work of Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai, man. And because of that, you're going to get judged, man. And you better take heed because, hey, the times that we're coming into, you're going to wish that you did those lessons. You're going to wish you watched those lessons. You're going to wish you helped that brother. You're going to wish you read these words. You're going to wish you had this truth, man. And you're going to wish that you went hard for Yahweh Bashim Al-Shai and that you worked out your salvation with fear and trembling, man. That you weren't in that fucking nonchalant spirit just fucking chilling, man. Just being cool as a fucking cucumber, man. That's not what's going to get you in the kingdom, man. Matter of fact, the scriptures say this, man. This is the book of Isaiah. Chapter 66 and 2, it says, for all those things has mine hand made, and all those things have been, saith the Lord. But to this man will I look, even to him that is poor and of a contrite spirit, and trembleth at my word. See, the Lord is looking for his servants, the ones that are gonna ultimately worship the Father in spirit and in truth, the ones that tremble at this word, man. The ones that when they read these words, they have that anxiety, man. Ultimately that spirit to work, that spirit to fuck everything else and let's do this work. The ones that are trembling at this word and know the severity of what the times that we're living in, man. See, if you're being nonchalant and you're just being relaxed and you're just cool about everything that's going on, man, the Lord isn't going to come deliver. What if the Lord was cool about your salvation? What if he was nonchalant about your salvation, man? Then what? That's exactly what you're showing to the Lord, man. You're just being nonchalant. You don't got it, man. You don't got it. You could be in this truth 1, 2, 3, 4, whatever how many years, and you still got to put in the work. You still got to show forth that diligence, man. You still got to work. You can't just be laid back chilling like you already got it, man. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is right here. Book of Galatians. This is the book of Galatians 6 and verse 3. It says, for if a man think himself to be something when he is nothing, he deceiveth himself. So if you think you got it, man, if you think you already made it on the chariot, hey man, you're gonna get out. You're out of here, man, because the Lord is looking for the ones that are of a poor and contrite spirit. That's who the Lord is dealing with. Matter of fact, let's get that too, because if you think you got it, man, here it is. You think you got it, and the Lord is actually looking for the ones that are of a contrite spirit, man, not the ones that are boasting in this, acting like they fucking got it, man. Like if they already got delivered, man. This is Psalms 34. It says in 18, the Lord is nigh unto them that are of a broken heart, and save such as be of a contrite spirit. See, the Lord is looking for those that be of a contrite spirit. The ones that are ultimately, they're humble, they're lowly, they're doing this work. Ultimately, they know that they're unprofitable servants. Matter of fact, necessity has been laid upon us, man. Woe unto us if we preach not the gospel. This is something that we're supposed to be doing, man. This is not something that you're gonna go ahead and make a show about it. Like if you're just the super Hebrew Israelite and you already fucking got it, you're already on the chariot, man. You're just nonchalant, all cool. Yeah, I made it. I'm part of the elect. I'm cool. Nah, man. The Lord ain't fucking dealing with that spirit, man. Acting like you fucking got. And then on top of that too, let's say you don't got that spirit, but you're just being nonchalant. You're just cold, man. You're just, instead of being hot, you're just cold or lukewarm. Let's say you're not in that spirit of, oh, I got it, but you're still being nonchalant. You're just being lazy. If you're being lazy about this, man, the Lord is still not dealing with that, because you gotta work. The scriptures clearly say the harvest is plenteous, but the laborers are few. There's a lot of work to be done. We have not been delivered yet, man. Until we've been delivered, until we've gotten on those chariots, until Jerusalem has been made a praise in the earth, we got to give the Lord no rest, man. This is something that we got to do day in and day out. Not only in the presence of brothers, but in the absence of brothers as well, man. We have to do this work diligently, man. Have that tromos, man. See, the times that we're coming into, you're not going to want to be in that nonchalant spirit, man. You see? But let's get some more scriptures. It says right here. Let's see what else I got written down. 1 Corinthians. Let's see this real quick. 1 Corinthians. First Corinthians 3, verse 12. Oh, yup. This is 1 Corinthians 3 and 12. It says, now if any man build upon this foundation gold, silver, precious stones, wood, hay, stubble, it says, every man's work shall be made manifest, for the day shall declare, because it shall be revealed by fire, and the fire shall try every man's work of what sort it is. See, the Lord is going to come to try your work, man. He's going to see of what sort your work is. If you've been putting up bullshit sacrifices, you've just been putting shots up, man, without any intention. I was watching a lesson, and the brother said that we have to do things with the intention of an outcome, man. We have to have a certain intents. Our intentions have to be in the right place when we do these lessons, when we do this work. Everything has to be intentional, man. It has to be for a purpose. A certain objective has to be at hand. We can't just be putting up shots, putting up lessons, doing things, going through the motions. Now we have to know why we're involved in this, man. Not just going through the motions. You have to offer the correct sacrifices, man, with understanding. We just can't be putting up work, man. Like if we don't even care, man. See, when the Lord comes back, it says, every man's work shall be made manifest. So every man's work is gonna be found out, man, of what manner it is, of what sort it is. You see? Hey, man. Hey, if you're being in that nonchalant spirit, your work is going to be burnt up, man. You're not going to receive a reward. If you're just being nonchalant, you're just cooling all day. You're just cool as a cucumber. Hey, the Lord is not going to come for people that are like that, man. Let's see what else I have. It says right here, this is 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. It says, and every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. Apostle Gabar said that the end goal of this ministry is to be like Yahushua, man. We want to measure up to the fullness of that stature. Matter of fact, let me get this real quick. This is Ephesians 4 and 13. It says, till we all come in the unity of the faith and of the knowledge of the Son of God, unto a perfect man, unto the measure of the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach. See, we all want to measure up to the stature of the fullness of Hamashiach, man. If you're being nonchalant, hey, was Yahushua nonchalant, man? When you go into the Gospels, he was not nonchalant about anything, man. He said, my meat is to do the will of the Father and to finish his... Matter of fact, let me just get it before I butcher it. Hold on. I know it's in John. So, Lockie, bear with me. I didn't have this one written down. This is John 4. And, let me see, 20... This is John 4 and 34. Yahushua saith unto them, my meat is to do the will of him that sent me and to finish his work. You see, hey, Yahushua was not in that nonchalant spirit, man. Yahushua wasn't just chilling, man. Yahushua wasn't cool as a cucumber, just laid back, being lazy, being indifferent, man. He knew the mission that he had at hand, man. And he did it diligently, man. He finished the work. He's the author and finisher of our faith, and that's who we're supposed to be looking after, and that's the measure of the fullness of the stature that we're supposed to be wanting to measure up to, man. That's what we're supposed to model our walk after. That's who we're supposed to actually be like, man. You see? But if you're being nonchalant, you're nothing like Yahushua, man. You're nothing like Yahushua. Yahushua was not nonchalant, man. And if you're striving for the mastery, you're going to be temperate in all things. See, the reason why a lot of y'all are nonchalant is because you get weary in well-doing, man. You get weary of doing this work. You get weary of reading. You get weary of going to class. You get weary of going out on Saturdays. And then eventually, you're just tired of doing this, man. You just don't want to do it anymore, man. You just let the flesh get the best of you. You just let all your emotions get the best of you. You let all your lusts and desires get the best of you, man. When you're supposed to be fighting, man. Let's go back to that 1 Corinthians 9. It says 1 Corinthians 9 and 25. And every man that striveth for the mastery is temperate in all things. You see, so we have to be temperate. We have to have discipline, man. We have to have discipline in this truth. You can't just be all willy-nilly doing whatever the fuck you want, man. You have to be temperate. If you want the mastery, if you want to measure up to that fullness of Yahushua, you want to measure up to that stature, you got to have temperance, man. You want that mastery, you got to have temperance. You want salvation, you got to have discipline, man. Because guess what? This Holy Spirit of discipline is going to flee if you're being just completely undisciplined, man. This is the Holy Spirit of discipline, man. And we have, the Holy Spirit of discipline is not going to have a brother being nonchalant, man. You see brothers that are being diligent, man. You see the fear. You could feel the fear, matter of fact, when you watch their lessons. When you're watching the videos. When you're seeing how many lessons they're putting up throughout the week, man. Hey, they're showing their diligence, man. Hey, that could very well be a man of the elect. But somebody that's being nonchalant, just cool as a cucumber, man. That's not, hey, man. I cannot see somebody that's cool as a cucumber just make it on the chariot, man. You're gonna be that guy, you know, that you're gonna be that one guy that made it into the wedding without a wedding garment, man. You're gonna get tossed out, man. How everybody's gonna look at you like how'd you get in this wedding, man? How'd you get in here? You don't even got a wedding garment. How'd you even get in here, man? Hey, man, let's keep reading. It says, now they do it to obtain a corruptible crown, but we an incorruptible. See, what we're fighting for is an incorruptible crown, man. It's not going to be taken away from us. We're fighting for an everlasting kingdom that's not going to be given to any other nation. And the Lord, you got to imagine this, man. Second Ezra, the second chapter talks about how the Lord is going to put crowns upon them that basically stood so stiffly for the name of the Lord, the ones that confessed Yahushua in the world, man. If you're just being nonchalant, you really think the Lord is going to put a crown on your head, man? Hey, man, you got to really think about these things. It says, verse 26, I therefore so run, not as uncertainly, so fight I, not as one that beateth the air. See, we're not in this fight in vain, man. This fight is a real fight, man. And you got to actually be involved in it, man. You're not just, fighting air, man. These are real, actual fights, man. It's real things that you got to conquer within yourself. You got to have rule over your spirit. Ultimately, you got to keep your body under subjection, man. Because it's a fight. You see, it says, verse 27, but I keep under my body and bring it into subjection, lest that by any means, when I have preached to others, I myself should be a castaway. And you don't want to be a castaway, man. Here it is, on Saturdays, you want to talk shit about the black woman. You want to go in on 2/3. You want to talk shit about this, that, and the third. You want to talk shit to about Edomites and this, that, and the third, man. But what about you? What the fuck are you doing, man? Are you doing what's required of you? Are you working out your salvation with fear and trembling? Are you, matter of fact, we all have lots in this truth, man. We all have a specified lot that the Lord has given us in this truth. Are you actually measuring up to that lot that the Lord has given you? If the Lord has given you 3 talents, 2 talents, or however many talents, are you actually working with those talents and putting them to work, man? Multiplying the Lord's money? Multiplying the Lord's talents, man? Or are you just nonchalant, just sitting back as if it's all cool, man? Like everything's all cool. Nah, man. Let's keep reading. It says, let's get this one in Hebrews. It says right here in, this is Hebrews 4:11. It says, let us labor therefore. Or actually, let's see, let's start at verse 9. It says, Hebrews 4:9. There remaineth therefore a rest to the people of God. For he that is entered into his rest, he also has ceased from his own works as God did from his. Let us labor therefore to enter into that rest, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. See, hey, man, we have to labor in this truth, man. We have to ultimately put that work in. Hey, we've stepped into other men's labors. Hey, matter of fact, if you're fully persuaded, then fucking act like it, man. How can you say that you're fully persuaded, but you're in a nonchalant spirit, man? Fucking act like you're fully persuaded, man. Don't just sit back and relax and be cool as a cucumber, man. Right now, we should be doing the most work. We should have the most productivity in this truth. We should do as much as we can before the Lord comes back. We want to be found doing this work. How amazing would it be for Yahushua to say unto you, thou good and faithful servant, man? You don't want that? You don't want that crown on your head, man? You don't want salvation? You had to labor to enter into that rest, though, man. You have to put that work in. It says, lest any man fall after the same example of unbelief. Have you seen these guys that have fallen out, man? After the same example of unbelief, man. They fall out. They start, they ultimately give up the hope. You see? They get tired of doing this work. They get weary and well-doing. Matter of fact, let's get that too. Let's get that real quick. You can't get weary of well-doing in this truth, man. You got to do this work. Got to do it through and through, man. You can't just sit back and pretend like nothing is happening, man. It says right here, Galatians 6:9. And let us not be weary in well-doing, for in due season we shall reap if we faint not. So we're going to reap that, and that's only if we faint not, man. If you faint, if you fall out this truth, if you're being nonchalant, hey, man, you're not going to reap any of these things, man. The Lord is only going to remember those. Hey, the scriptures clearly say the Lord is not unrighteous to forget your labor in love. This is a labor of love, man. You see, when you love something, you put forth that passion, that enthusiasm, man. You're not nonchalant. Hey, when you love a bitch, right? And Salakia, you know, for saying, hey man, Salakia. When you love a woman, right? You're not gonna be, you know, nonchalant about that. Here it is, Jake will love a woman, right? And he's over here buying her flowers and doing all these extra things for her, fucking cooking for her, doing all that, fucking just simping the fuck out. But when it comes to the Lord, you're not even a fool for Hamashiach's sake, man. We're supposed to be fools for the Lord's sake. This is our first love right here, man. This is who you're supposed to be acting a fool for, man. You should want to go out there and teach. You should want to go out. You should want to watch these lessons. You should want to read. You should want to do these things, man. But we can't force you. Hey, like the brother Murph say, we're not going to fucking beat you over the head with the Bible, man. You got to want to do this work. But if you're weary and well-doing, you're not going to reap none of those things, man. Because the Lord knows your heart. The Lord knows exactly what type of mentality you have when you're putting up those lessons. Oh, here we go again. Matter of fact, the scriptures talk about that, man. Let's get that real quick. I'm going through so many precepts. Hold on. Let's get this one real quick. The book of Malachi. It says right here, Malachi 1:13, it says, ye also said, behold, what weariness is it? And ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts, and ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. Thus ye brought an offering. Should I accept this of your hand, saith the Lord? So, let's read it one more time. It says, Malachi 1:13, ye said also, behold, what weariness is it? So, basically, it's a weariness for you to serve the Lord. It's a weariness. If you're being nonchalant, that means it's weary for you to serve the Lord, man. It's like a fucking chore for you to do to serve the Lord, man. It's almost like brothers gotta damn near tell you and tell you and tell you again, over and over again, to do your work, man. That's going the fuck off, man. You should want to do this, man. Matter of fact, let's get into NLT. Got the NLT right here. Let's get it real quick in the NLT. Let's see what it says. Let's see real quick. This is Malachi 1:13 in the NLT. It says, you say it's too hard to serve the Lord, and you turn up your noses at my command, says the Lord of heaven's armies. Think of it. Animals that are stolen and crippled and sick are being presented as offerings. Should I accept from you such offerings as these, asks the Lord? So basically, it's too hard for you to serve the Lord, man. If it's too hard for you to serve the Lord, then get the fuck out, man. The Lord is looking for those that are on fire about this, man. Not the ones that are lukewarm. And if you're cold, then go ahead and leave, man. Why are you even around here if you're just being nonchalant and just cooling all the time, man? Acting like this is all peaches and creams and you're just going to waltz into the kingdom and it's going to be all cool, man. The Lord is an austere man. You see, if he's giving you a talent, if he's imparted unto you the spirit to teach, then teach, man. Why are you being nonchalant? Why are you being everything is all good, man? Everything is not all good, man. These prophecies are coming to pass. Esau's about to come down with that great wrath. The scriptures clearly say that through much tribulation, we shall enter into the kingdom. Jacob's trouble is around the corner, man. These things are about to come upon the world, man. And you want to act nonchalant? Good luck with that, man. Good luck with that, being in that spirit, offering up bullshit sacrifices, man. Let's read this one more time. Malachi 1:13, back in the KJV. It says, ye said also, behold, what a weariness is it? And ye have snuffed at it, saith the Lord of hosts, and ye brought that which was torn, and the lame, and the sick. That's basically what you do when you put up these bullshit lessons, man. When you're not even actually, and I call them bullshit lessons because when you watch, you just know when you're just putting up shots, man. When you're just putting up a bullshit shot, man. You should be intentional with what you're doing in this truth, man. You shouldn't just be putting up shots, man. putting up lessons just to meet the weekly quota, man. Oh, I did my 7 lessons of the week. Nah, man, abound in the work. Do what you have to do, man. Don't just be offering up shitty sacrifices unto the Lord, man. That's not going to be acceptable unto him, man. Your work is going to be tried when the Lord comes back. Like we read in that 1 Corinthians 3rd chapter, man. The Lord is going to try your work and see what sort of it is. What sort is it, man? And if it's bullshit, it's going to be burnt up, man. But if it's not, guess what? You're going to receive a reward. You see? But hey, ultimately, you have to work for this, man. You have to work for your salvation, man. You have to work. Matter of fact, let's see if I have more precepts. Okay. Hey, man, you gotta work for this, man. You gotta work for your salvation, man. You gotta work out your salvation with fear and trembling. You gotta give your diligence, man. You see, let's get one more precept. We're gonna close out, man. Because hey, this spirit of being nonchalant, of being all cool as a cucumber, man. Hey, this is not gonna fly anymore, man. See, and the Lord's gonna start bringing down the hammer on brothers that are acting nonchalant, man. Gonna start getting judged, man. It says 2 Peter 1:10. Wherefore the rather, brethren, give diligence to make your calling and election sure. For if you do these things, it says if you do these things, ye shall never fall. So if you're doing these things, guess what, man? You're never gonna fall. But if you're not giving your diligence to make your calling and election sure, if you're not working out your salvation with fear and trembling, that tromos, that anxiety, doing really, like it says in that word tromos, doing his religiously to fulfill his duty, man. If you're not doing this diligently to fulfill your duty, man, you're just being nonchalant. The Lord is gonna, you're not gonna get delivered, man. You're being nonchalant. Why would the Lord deliver somebody that's nonchalant? Like the title of this lesson, the Lord is not coming for the nonchalant, man. He's coming for the contrite, the ones that are of a broken heart, the ones that are sighing and crying, for the abominations that are done in the midst thereof, the ones that are crying out to the Lord, the ones that are tired of this, the ones that are praying, the ones that are doing these lessons intentionally, willingly, not like it says in 1 Peter the 5th chapter, doing this. We have to feed the flock of the Most High, not by constraint, but willingly, man. If you're doing this by constraint, hey, you're gonna get out of here very soon, man. Because we're coming into times where, hey, the Lord is trimming the fat, man. So it's either you trim the fat or you're gonna get trimmed with it. You're gonna get trimmed out of this, man. So with that, Lord willing, this was an edifying lesson. I want to give all praises, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Ba'Hashem, Yahushai, Ba'Hashem, Chakadash. The honors unto the apostles and the elders, the great millstone taught us truth. Shalom and Abba.